Today on the channel, we're back at it with Legends Series 31, and we build the Diamond Stud Build-A-Figure, and in the back half, we rate the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Legends Build-A-Figure plus set rankings, and today we're diving into Legends Series 31, the Target exclusive line, and today we got the Build-A-Figure Diamond Stud, and in the back half we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, and of course for your Legends needs, Target exclusive, so you got to head to Target. I did get all these from Mattel Creations. They have since sold out, but be on the lookout to Target sometime this summer. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, you better hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And we're going to dive into the Diamond Stud. Yes, the Diamond Stud Scott Hall Build-A-Figure. Very interesting. We're used to the Build-A-Figures being more suited characters. This time we get a straight up deep cut version from Scott Hall's career. And I'm definitely here for that. Now, he did come with 2 extra hands, some gripping hands. I'm using the fist for old Diamond Stud. Would have been kind of nice to have the thumb hands. He did do a little bit of that like Scott Hall did or Razor Ramon. But obviously there's plenty of fodder you probably have in your hands department for him. Now his other accessory is his glasses. Of course, Diamond Stud rocking the glasses. Silver glasses, black lenses, kind of the John Lennon circle glasses kind of going on there. But does look good, is on brand for the Diamond Stud. A little bit plain. Would have been nice to have maybe his vest. Didn't he have a vest at one time? Am I dreaming that? But it is cool to get a version of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, whatever you're going to call him. An early version of WCW. Great for an early WCW shelf as well. A lot of hits with this one, which makes me really hope maybe a future Build-A-Figure or straight up Legends release will be Oz. Of course, Kevin Nash. We got it from Hastel Toys in the Retro, which I never thought we'd see. I would love to see Mattel have an Oz figure. It'd be great to have that. We'll see what ends up happening in the future. Now I feel like we really need a big Scott Hall figure of back in the AWA days with Kurt Hennig. I don't know. That could be too deep of a cut. And this is a very deep cut as well. But maybe they could do a Build-A-Figure on that version of Scott Hall. I don't know, though. I don't know if that's going to happen for us. But I'd love to see it to have all parts of his career covered. And that's kind of the missing link right now. But it is good here. We got an old Razor Ramon head, which really makes sense, obviously. So I don't have any problems with that. Got the 5 o'clock shadow. Got the little Superman twirl down in the hair. Got the long slick back black hair as well. Looks like Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. You get that 80s chest hair going on there. Man, this one is one that really needs the real fur. Oh, you can just imagine feeling this, Todd McFarlane. Oh, get out of here. Make it like Moss Man. That would have been amazing. Maybe, maybe not. But looking good there. No shirt, no service, nothing like that. 2 Fists of Fury. It does have the Diamond Stud blue and very, I'll call it very early 90s, like seafoam green color there. It looks like he wrote stud on the back with a paint pen or something on the back of his butt. You got those big, long knee braces, knee pads, I guess, in blue here. And then you got the tall white boots. Very plain Jane figure, but it does work for a Build-A-Figure. Can you imagine this trying to sell this on its own? I don't think it would go very far. But like this, as a Build-A-Figure, this works for me, and I appreciate things like this because it gets us a new character on the roster, gives us a deep cut character. There's a lot of fun stuff around this one. So it might not be the best thing ever, but kudos to the Mattel team giving us something like this. I really do like it when we get deep cuts like these, especially ones from my childhood once upon a time. Arms all the way around, of course, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, hands back and forth, side to side, head back and forth, side to side. You got the ab crunch there as usual, waist articulation, big old splits if you need them. Leg goes up for the big old boot, no problems there. Thigh cut, double jointed, pinless. I can't tell. I can't see. Looks to be pinless in there, which is fine. And I always say, especially with these knee pads, it doesn't matter to me because I can't see either way. So it can be pinless, doesn't matter. It doesn't take my eyes out of it because it's covered up. You do got the boot cut. You do got the ankles back, forth, side, side, up and down. A little loose in the body for a Build-A-Figure, but it did go together just fine. Didn't have any issues putting this one together here. But it is very cool to get a deep cut Scott Hall figure. Like I said, let's bring on Oz. Would love to have an Oz to pair with this one. Not sure if it'll ever be in the books because of copyright and stuff, but maybe they just call him Kevin Nash and put him in the Oz gear. I'm not sure. But looking very good here. He does fit on the ringside stand. Another one that we're missing with him is, of course, his manager. So I did get Diamond Dallas Page. Not quite the lining up there, but I would love a manager Diamond Dallas Page. I think that would be another great Build-A-Figure from the Legends line. I think that would look really good if they got an old school one with the suspenders or something, or even Diamond Stud should have had his suspenders. But you can kind of pair these guys up. It kind of works for the time frame, of course. But there it is. Old Diamond Stud, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, etc., etc. Pretty fun deep cut and all for all intents and purposes here. I like stuff like this. But now we got to bring old Scott Hall, Diamond Stud into the mix here, and we got to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, let's put Legends Series 31 to bed here, and we're going to do it like we do the usual ranking videos here. We got 5 figures. We're going to start at number 5, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my favorite from WWE Mattel Legends Series 31. And as we always say, this is my list, so it's 100% right, but you're in luck. Your list could be 100% right as well. Put it in the comments down below. But we got 5 figures here in a pretty fun set. This is a really, really good set here. As a lot of first time in the lines. In a lot of way, obviously we've had Razor and Scott Hall, we know, but first time ever Diamond Stud. Yes, we've had Crush Demolition, but first time ever this version of Crush. Yes, we've had Ariba Tito Santana, but first time ever El Matador. First time ever Bull Nakano. Triple H is really the only guy that's kind of old hat around these parts. But very fun to get some new blood, some new fresh talent in the Legends line right here. So whether or not you like these characters, you got to respect getting all these new characters in this line right here. But as I said, Triple H feeling old hat, and that's why he's going to go in at number 5. I like the blue color. I'm here for the different colors of Triple H. I like the accessories on this one. There's a lot of good stuff around this, but it falls short compared to some new talent. It just feels like, hey, we get a lot of Triple H's. Here's another one. Is what it is. So that's easy number 5 for me. But the top 4 gets very difficult. Got to do some thinking on this one. I guess number 4 isn't terribly difficult, and it's just because it's so plain, but I definitely appreciate it. It's going to be the Diamond Stud here. Not a lot to this one, obviously, but happy we got it. Happy we got representation. In all honesty, probably don't ever need another Diamond Stud in my collection as far as Mattel Elites go, but it is cool enough, and that is coming in at number 4 here. Now it gets even tougher down to the final 3. Very difficult, but I'm going to go Bull Nakano at number 3. Bull, a little taller. I didn't really realize it until I got the Medusa Alundra Blaze figure out. I'm not a super snob on scale. You guys know that. I mean, I remember going back as a kid. The LJNs were all over the place. Most of the Hasbros were all over the place. Scale has never really been a thing in most action figure toy lines. And then at the end of the day, how do you know what is 100% correct and what is not? You can make arguments either way. That being said, she is a little bit undersized, or she is a little bit oversized, but I don't know. It's weird in my brain. I always thought of her way bigger than Alundra Blaze too, which is really weird, but is what it is. As we talked about in the review, the head does come off fairly easy, but not the end of the world, and mine stays on. Like, you turn her upside down, all that kind of stuff. Just takes a little bit of force to get that off, but not the end of the world. Love the soft goods robe. Love the detail on this. Love the nunchucks. There's a lot to like about this Bull Nakano. So she's coming in at number 3, but these two had my heart in my childhood, so I had to definitely dive into these two here. But it was a pretty simple decision at the end of the day. There was some faults with both of them, of course, but I'm here for it, and I'm here for future incarnations of both of these characters, hopefully from Mattel. But we're going to number 2, and we're going to El Matador and number 1, Crush. El Matador, of course, Tito Santana, Ariba himself. And a lot of people took offense to me calling him a jobber, but unfortunately, on the way out, at the end of his career, he did turn into a glorified jobber, just a step above Iron Mike Sharp and Barry Horowitz in a lot of ways. He wasn't taking a lot of wins, and that's unfortunate. And I do think Tito, if he would have went somewhere else, maybe even WCW back there in the early 90s, maybe he could have had a little bit better of a run or something. Maybe he could have been TV champion, US champion over there or something. But sticking in the WWE, it felt like he was just kind of phased out, and he was a tag champion. He was an intercontinental champion. He had world title shots. I understand it all. But unfortunately, most people don't remember those years of Tito. They remember him getting kind of the downhill slide after Strikeforce is what most people do remember, unfortunately. But I do respect the Tito. I do respect the Santana for sure. And I do like this one. Would have loved to have a jacket on here to give that the really extra piece of the puzzle, but Understand it is an elite, but maybe we'll get a future ultimate. You never know what might happen with old Tito Santana. But Crush going to take the top spot here. I remember when Crush came in after the Demolition run, it was kind of a big deal, and a lot of people were thinking it was the next Hulkster Ultimate Warrior. It didn't quite work out that way, but still a lot of fun. As I said in the review, the arms are a little bit skinny on this one, but there's still a lot of meat on the Crush bone. You can get some of the more orange color flavor with him, and then obviously all the other gimmicks, and we got Bryan Adams around the corner from the Monday Night Wars very, very soon. But really like this one here. The Shaka Bra hands give it the extra little touch detail. Just a very fun figure to have in the collection. Very much looking forward to more Crushes and more Tito Santanas. And heck, I'll take more Bull Nakanos as well. And you don't got to twist my arm too hard to get another Diamond Stud. I don't see that happening. And I see a lot of more Triple H's in our future. But a fun set here, full of new blood, and this is what gets me excited as a collector. I like it when we get new legends. I like it when we get new talent from NXT and stuff like that as well. Because sometimes you get in the rinse and repeat of all the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoas, that kind of stuff. They're fun for a while, but then it's like, yeah, it is what it is. But when you get new blood, it makes things pretty exciting. It makes you feel like a kid again in some ways. So there you go, Legends Series 31. Be very interested to hear what your breakdown looks like. Put it in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channels, 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. You guys know, hopefully by now. Check out Patreon, YouTube channel memberships for early access to all my videos, bonus content, giveaways, Q&As, you name it. It's all going on over there. That is truly the best way to support the channel. Appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my weekly podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found. Of course, video cast as well, each and every single Tuesday. And don't forget my 2 books, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series and The Complete Guide to, of course, the ECW Original San Francisco Toymaker Series, both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble right now. So for Legends Series 31, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?